Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Jess of Nourished by Jess. I am so excited to share with you today more about my intuitive gifts and my personal experience in the hopes that this will spark something within you and help you to reconnect with your own inner guidance and soul gifts. All right, let's get started. Intuition is an inner knowing that goes beyond conscious reasoning. This is how our spirit communicates with our physical body. Intuition is received through the heart rather than the mind. This is our innate inner guidance system. It connects us with nature, with the cosmos, with the spiritual realm. I would like to reiterate that this spirituality or spiritual realm is non-denominational. It is not religious. Spirituality is simply an awareness of something greater than ourselves. Our spirit is connected to all that is. This is our higher self. Our spirit can see the bigger picture. It knows the divine path that has been set out for you. It knows your purpose, your lessons, your mission. We each have a special team of spirit guides. This is our spiritual team. They support us and guide us on our journey. It can consist of guides, angels, archangels, spirit animals, ascended masters, even departed loved ones. We are constantly receiving guidance from this team. We might not be tapped in. We might not be listening. We might not be aware. So our intuition communicates with us through our body and our physical senses. And we have 6 main intuitive senses. So clairvoyance or clear seeing. This is probably the most widely known. You would picture like the psychic at the fair with her crystal ball. This is like visions. Clairsentience, which is clear feeling. Clairaudience or clear hearing. Claircognizance, which is a clear knowing. Clairalience, I think I said that right, but this is clear smelling. And lastly, clairtangency, which is an intuitive knowing through touch. I would like to just add that we all have these intuitive gifts, just to different degrees. Again, we might not be aware of them right now, but you can always come back to it. You can always reconnect. You can always remember. Each of us will have different gifts that are strongest for us. I will share mine in the next part of the video. I also want to note that your intuition is not something outside of you that needs to be like acquired. It is rather something that is within you. It is a part of you. It just needs to be remembered and uncovered. I'll start by saying that we all have many unique soul gifts, not just these clear senses that I was just speaking about. Some of us are healers, leaders, caregivers, channels, parents, mediums, artists. Literally, there's so many options. Our intuition allows us to live in alignment with our soul's mission and purpose and connect us to our other gifts. My strongest intuitive sense is clairsentience or clear feeling. I am also claircognizant or clear knowing. These are my 2 strongest gifts. In my personal experience, the foundation of all my other soul gifts is my clairsentience. It all starts there. It was the first one for me to recognize, to be revealed to me, the first one for me to start working with. And I had to first learn how to manage this and work with this gift before really developing my claircognizance. My experience so far has been slow and steady. I first discovered these gifts maybe November, December 2020, so not too long ago. I have spoken with others who have had a much faster experience. It kind of came on like a tidal wave. All of a sudden, it just like dropped on them pretty quickly. So just know whether it's fast or slow for you, it is perfect timing. It's exactly what you need. We're never going to be given something we can't handle. I would also like to mention I am an empath and a highly sensitive person. Someone who's clairsentient is typically also empathetic and highly sensitive just by nature. An empath basically absorbs emotions of others around them, and a highly sensitive person is highly sensitive to their environment, stimuli, energy. They tend to be pretty connected to nature, become easily overwhelmed by sound and touch and smell and all that. So it is no wonder I am such an introvert. When I was younger, I really was kind of ashamed of this. I thought that I wasn't good enough and I needed to be more outgoing, more extroverted. But now I embrace it. I love it. I understand it. I respect it. And it is part of what makes me me. I need time alone. I need quiet. I need to remove myself. Recognizing when I need that time alone, when I need to remove myself, and honoring it and embracing it. When I learned about my clairsentience, everything started to make sense. There were so many times in my life that I felt crazy, for lack of a better term. I pick up on the energies and feelings and emotions of other people, but I wouldn't realize that's what I was doing. I would either think that I would either take them on as my own, thinking that I was the one having this emotion, this feeling, this experience, that I was in this energy myself, or I would think that what I was picking up on was being directed to me, was because of me. So I was always really emotional. It was really a roller coaster. These feelings and emotions would come out of nowhere, feeling like I could see people more clearly than they could see themselves, or maybe they're like blocks, their emotions, kind of the motivation behind what they were doing, but they weren't like consciously aware of this. Like it seemed so obvious to me, and so like not like I had any special perspective. It just was like, why aren't you admitting this? Or why can't you see this? Or why are you lying to me? Or why are you saying that? Like it was very frustrating. So knowing now when this happens, being aware of it, and just being able to kind of reel that in, step back, disconnect myself, and bite my tongue. Social situations, crowds were quite difficult for me, very overwhelming. Some things that would happen. So, maybe I'd be at a party or something, and I would pick up on someone's energy, and I would feel either like, oh, like this person really doesn't like me, or I've done something to upset them, or just like this tension between us, or the classic, feel it, take it on as my own, and all of a sudden, like, I'm in this mood, and I have no idea why. Or then I feel like something someone said or did must have upset me. You see how we have this need to, when an emotion enters our body, we have this need to attach it to something. So that's just like the natural process. And we are taking on other people's emotions. We also tend to feel responsible for making them feel better, for fixing it, for keeping people happy. This also overlaps with people pleasing, which is a different topic, but I do find that because I can sense it, I feel like I have to do something about it. And this is not the case. Managing other people's emotions is not your responsibility. I have even experienced like this hit of emotion, just been like completely overwhelmed out of nowhere. I'm alone, no idea what's going on. And then once I learned to be able to decipher, is it mine or is it someone else's? And I realized it's not mine. And then boom, I thought a name drop down, just pop into my head. And I haven't even spoken to or seen this person that day. But when I cut the cords, when I, reel in my energy, it all just disappears. I will talk about energetic cords and attachments another day in another video. It's just too much to add in here. I have also suddenly been hit with a headache out of nowhere, like full-blown headache. And mind you, when I get a headache, it is nearly like always starts small and then just gets worse and worse and worse. So a sudden onset is not normal for me. And then the person I'm with would be like, oh my God, I've had this terrible headache all day. Another super common occurrence, I am sure you've experienced this yourself, is, if you're in conversation, you're reading something, you're watching something, you're listening to something, and then you're suddenly covered in goosebumps, or you have this chill up your spine, or, your hairs are standing on end. This is an intuitive hit. The information you are consuming is truth for you. It resonates at a soul level. Very, very common occurrence. One of the first ways that I started working with my intuition was by establishing a yes-no system or response in my body. I will share an additional video just showing you how to do this for yourself, because all of us are going to have a different response. It's going to feel different. It's going to look different for all of us. So once I was practicing using that yes-no system by asking myself questions, I now notice it more naturally without actually asking the question. I will receive yes and no guidance throughout my day. Some recent examples, scrolling through YouTube, past a video, no intention of watching it, got that like super strong yes, so I watched it, got an answer to something that I was questioning several days prior, and that topic was not even like listed in the description or the title. So again, I would not have watched the video. Yesterday I was going to make rice with dinner. I poured the rice into the pot and I got this like, no. I really thought I wanted rice. I said, fine. I made the commitment that I am going to trust and follow through with my intuitive guidance. So dumped the rice back out. As soon as I grabbed the bag of quinoa, like this yes just washed right over me. And I kid you not, I have never had quinoa that tasted better. Never. And I did nothing special. I actually tried to make it again today. Did not turn out the same. So I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I really needed quinoa yesterday. I was driving somewhere, I was about to turn, and then again, I got that no, so I thought, okay, gonna go straight. I took a different route. I have no idea why, who knows, maybe it was traffic, maybe it was avoiding an accident, who knows. Maybe there was something I needed to hear on the radio, and this was a slightly longer route, I don't know. I was also listening to a podcast today, and something was said that resonated so much for me. And it was not the first time it came up. It was just kind of a different way of saying it. And I really heard it this time. And like full body tingles, full body goosebumps, like, oh my God, it was intense. I have only started recently exploring and working with my claircognizance. I can be a pretty impatient person. So this one's been more difficult because when I established my yes and no pretty quickly, actually my no came first, which is kind of normal. It's usually more obvious. And then my yes. And then I kind of got like a maybe added in there, like it's your choice kind of thing, not really yes or no. But yeah, so with this one, one of the ways I'm practicing it is by asking more open-ended questions, not a yes or a no, and waiting for the information, being open to receiving it. When it does happen, it's not just when I ask and I wait, but again, it's those moments where I'm just going about life and I just am hit with this knowing. It just feels so true, so right, or like I have to do this right now, and it's just things like simplifying, peeling back, like I just knew I had to cut back on some of my rituals and routines. I had to switch up my routines. I had to scrap my meal plan, which is so random. Unfollowing people on social media, unsubscribing to emails, just knowing that something isn't right for me or is right for me, getting moments of clarity, of inspiration, ideas. Just this sudden knowing. And I think that is everything that I wanted to share today. If you have not already subscribed, please do so below, and don't forget to click the little bell beside the subscribe button so that you are notified when I post a new video. I should be posting a second video this week for you, so stay tuned. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all.